The last session started when the party had stumbled upon what was about to be what effectively would be a lynching of a were-rat that had been caught above ground by local dock workers and merchants, just common folks of the city of Corvosa. Were-rats are something that are not unheard of in large cities, especially one as large as Corvosa. But even then, they're considered somewhat of a rarity or old wives' tales, or something your mom would tell you to behave yourself, otherwise you'd become a were-rat, or the were-rats would come and drag you off and make you part of their clan and kin. But the party had stumbled across this gathering that captured a were-rat and was about to hang them when they stepped in, intervened, and the were-rat thanked them very, very quickly and scurried away back down into the city sewer system. This old woman approached you. She called herself what did she call herself? Yellow Eyes. Yes, Eris Yellow Eyes. And she warned you, seeing as though you were capable and heroic figures, and somehow knowing maybe had been watching you for a while or hearing about tales about you, but had reached out to you after seeing that you saved one of her kinsfolk, and asked you, well, first warned you that there was a member of her kin named Girigs, and Girigs was building up a war band to attack the city, tired of being blamed for all the wrong things that happen in the city, being tired of being blamed for this new plague that's spawned up. So this Girigs is about to mount a war on the city surface, and Eris wants to prevent that. And she asked you to go down and try to talk some sense into these were-rats, try to stop them, but not kill them all outright. To see if you could try to talk some sense into them first, if possible. And so you went down into the sewer, and you encountered an Utigo, but a big trash monster in the ground, and quickly did away with that. You had managed to find two entrances into into the caverns where the were-rats started building up an arsenal and made their little group, building their army there. And you were trying to sneak in. I don't know the turn order or anything, so we'll just have to start over. So if we want to, let's see. Redrix, I see that you're like right in a big puddle there. Is that where you see you are, or sometimes the alignment's a little off?
Yeah, I should be right below that rock in the big puddle.
Okay. So, now before you had made it out there, you would have been hearing like they would have noticed you, because I remember you had failed your stealth check.
Yeah. And I'm blind because I can't see the
blind. So there is dim light in there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you can kind of see a little bit. You can make out the outlines of silhouettes and such. And you can hear the voices of what must be the WhereRats in the vicinity perking up. What was that? Did you hear that? What was that? And they're peeking around. In the darkness, Kaylin can certainly see them in black and light, their eyes glowing brightly. And you probably see their iridescent yellow eyes in the darkness as well. I can't remember if we had rolled for initiative or not, but that's what you see. But the moment you start walking into that area where the pond is, Kaylin, did we already do a nature check in there? I can't remember if you passed it or not.
Yeah, I had seen the fungi that would.
It's not working.
The
Hang on,
screenshot.
technical difficulties.
Oh, sure. Here. Let's put some more ambiance in there. Y'all see that dense fog in there?
Mm-hmm.
Try it again.
Oh yeah.
I had rolled and.
Nope.
Nope. Sorry, try again. Did you try turning it off and then turning it back on? I'm not an IT professional, but that's what they tell me to do all the time.
I've watched the IT crowd. I know how it goes.
Work now.
Nope. In the settings icon, it looks like a gear in the top right corner. If you scroll down, it says switch mic, switch speaker. If you hit the refresh button, that icon looks like a swirly circle. Maybe that helps. And
She's tried that already.
Oh, she did try it. Oh, okay. I'm out of
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll just pay really close attention. You don't have to let it.
Try again.
You know, we can still manage through this. I think, unless you want to, we can take some more time to fix you up. You can hear us.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's much better. Yeah.
Yep. She got it.
Okay.
Don't know why, but the program hates my headset.
Yeah, I feel the same way about every time I touch the recording software too. It's like it hates me. Maybe today it will work. Okay. Maybe. We'll see. I'm still not editing. I'm too scared. I'm not good at that stuff. All right. Let's see.
Ooh, it's all foggy.
Yeah, you're rolling.
No.
All right. So you did identify that there was those the screecher fungus there. They're basically an alarm system. Wow, that is really dense fog. I'm gonna regret putting that on there, but I don't want to take it off. It'll ruin everything. All right. So, what happened? Okay. Well, anyway, all right. So the moment that Redrix goes into that area, it begins to screech wildly, so loud that you can see that the WhereRats that are in the vicinity you can hear them scrambling around. Maybe Kaylin can see them clearly. Redrix might struggle a little bit to see. They're probably within range to see like some silhouettes and some dark, shapes and shadows moving around. You can also see some large six-legged creatures moving around in the darkness, probably the size of a large mastiff, scurrying around. The WhereRats in your vicinity tell you to announce yourselves. Who's there? Who's there?
I'm gonna announce back that I'm Redrix, and we're here to see Garrus Gig. Garzgaga?
Grisgig. You mean Grisgig?
Grizzlebeard.
Grizzlebeard. All right. Now, Mithrandir and Findak had pretty much attempted to do a very similar sort of thing on the southern entrance, and somebody, I can't remember who, they have failed a stealth check. Probably.
Oh, it's probably me.
Oh, okay, maybe.
No, it's
Now,
definitely the rogue.
Yeah,
definitely
a sneaky guy.
the rogue. Now, Mithrandir, you can see through the rubble and debris that has been blocking this passage that the WhereRats in this area that had been gathered around the fire have started moving towards to inspect the sound, and they are each armed with a crossbow. They're sniffing and looking around. They smell you there. Come out. Don't try anything.
I smelled you first.
Smell you later. All right. So what do you do?
So Finda can't see great, but I'm gonna motion for him to kind of stay here, and I'm gonna walk out towards them.
Okay. Now that makes sense, since Findak probably most likely did pass his stealth check. Now as you walk out into the den, you can see that there are four WhereRats, and each of them have their crossbows trained on you. Now, Kaylin, you, I recall, passed your stealth check pretty solidly.
Yeah.
So, they might not necessarily know that you are there unless you announce your presence there. What do you want to do as Redrix had gone out, initiated this alarm system, and now is communicating with the creatures in this vicinity?
I'm gonna stay back so they don't know I'm here yet.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're staying back there. Now this whole time the alarm is ringing out throughout the cave. Miss Rander, you can hear it pretty clearly as well. You have to raise your voice to speak over it. It's so loud. Meaning Redrix is probably having to yell to get to be heard over it in his area. This is very loud. This is alarming the whole area. Redrix, you've just announced yourself to these WhereRats and their guard animals. And what were you trying to do?
Basically, just introduced myself. Basically, I said, I'm Redrix. I'm here to see. I butcher his name because I don't remember it, and then say that me and my friends have come in peace. We're just here to talk.
Your friends? How many friends?
Half a dozen.
They go ahead and do a deception check, because you're trying to bluff that you have that many. Or you can use No, we'll do a bluff first, and then you can do negotiation.
That's a 4.
Well, that's not gonna pass.
Not very convincing.
That's not very convincing. They're guard dog-like creatures. Seem restless. We don't believe you.
What isn't there to believe?
Go ahead and do a. Now you were trying to negotiate with them so that you could maybe speak with their leader, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Kaylin, I would like you to do either a nature check or some kind of wisdom check. Wisdom in regards to like you're trying to recall knowledge that you may have encountered about these kind of creatures. You tell me which creature you want to investigate, and I'll give you that information depending on your role.
So it's a 17, and I'll be looking to find more information about their little guard dog type.
Okay. So these guard dog type creatures are dire rats. There's nothing all that really special about them. They have very keen senses, can see in the dark. They can rely almost entirely on their sense of smell, if need be, even operating in pitch darkness. Mithrandir and Findeath. Redrix, I'll get back to you with your negotiation roll. Findeath, what are you doing while Mithrandir has gone out to parlay with the WhereRats? You can't really see much. You can possibly try to hear. You can probably hear the echoing of some alarm that's going off.
Well, I can see like silhouettes through the campfire in the background, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, you can totally. Yeah.
All right, so I'll just kind of.
That's a roaring campfire. You could definitely make out some details. Yeah.
I'll just have my crossbow ready in case things go south. Just make note of where Mithrandir is at.
Sure. And don't forget, you also have your familiars with you.
I don't currently because he was an octopus underneath the water, and we never resummoned him.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I would have completely just hand waved that, but all right, your octopus familiar is still in the ocean.
I'm gonna say as he came out of the water, he eventually died, so I'm gonna have to resummon him.
Sad face. Mithrandir, do you have your familiar?
Say yes. Say yes.
As a knowledgeable wizard, of course I do.
Of course. What form is your familiar this time? A rat.
It's an owl.
An owl. The natural
it's an owl.
predator. The natural predatory enemy of the rat. Well played.
Sounds like their problem, not mine.
You've gone out into the WhereRat den, and they have their crossbows trained on you. Their eyes glinting in the darkness or the shadows cast by the fire. How do you want to proceed?
I'll ask them to shut this alarm off first, because it's giving me a headache.
That alarm has gone off because we know
that
there are others. We can see them from here. How many more of them are you?
Well, if you can see us, so why do you still need the alarm? I mean, I'm standing right here.
So they know why the alarm is there. You can attempt to identify the alarm. The alarm is caused by a fungus that grows by the banks of this sewage. There's no way to cut it off.
Well, that's annoying.
Fredericks, did you want to roll the persuasion check to try to parlay your way through this?
I would love
Also,
to.
Mithrandir and Findak, actually anybody, you can feel free to do a either a nature check or a straight intelligence or wisdom or history, something to help you identify any information about these beings.
I got a 17 history.
Okay. Anybody else?
11 intelligence check.
Okay.
I got a 14 for nature.
Okay. Redrix, did you roll or no?
No, I'm too busy
Okay.
worrying about trying to talk to him.
Gotcha. Okay. So apart from, their basic curse of lycanthropy and their nature of being a were-rat and rat-like, being nervous, skittish creatures, often being able to be caught off guard and frightened somewhat easily compared to other lycanthropic, creatures and hybrids. Mithrandir, you recall in your research into the nature of things and monsters that oftentimes lycanthropes are completely immune to weapon damage unless they have the property of silver. Only you know that. Okay. Redrix, what did you get for your persuasion check?
A 20.
20.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of, shouting, obviously, because it's so loud, explain kind of basically what happened before, that, we met a lady named Yellow Eyes, and she asked us to come speak with Gary's Gig, or whatever his name is, and discuss, the unrest and stuff in the city with him.
So you can actually, while you're talking and probably getting annoyed with having to yell over these funguses that are screeching loudly, you can tell it's also agitating these other creatures who have much more sensitive hearing than you. You're actually close enough to start stomping on them, and that would terminate the sound.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna start stomping on him and then smashing him.
Now, as you have mentioned, Eris, Yellow Eyes, the two WhereRats that are in your immediate vicinity come to each other, and they begin chittering to each other, undoubtedly maybe recognizing that voice or that name. And the one closest to you with their dog, their dire rat, guard dog-ish creature, comes forward and says, You have met Yellow Eyes.
Yes, we just
She
met.
She was my fellow's den mother.
She was very lovely. Beautiful eyes.
She has sent you here to parley with Grizkig.
Yes, me and my friends.
I cannot promise that you will be successful. Our people have endured many, many hardships thanks to you, surface dwellers. But I will take you to him.
Hashtag not all surface dwellers.
Now, Mithrandir, you don't you don't hear this conversation. It's over there, and you haven't. Now, Redrix has, mentioned that he is not alone. Now, Kalen and Findak, this could easily, perhaps you can try again with just telling them, maybe there's two of us are here. But Kalen and Findak, if you two wish to remain hidden, I would like hide rolls from you. So you can roll against stealth.
24.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Findak, you're good. I don't think there's any way really I can roll higher. A 24 you said, or a 44?
44. No, 24.
44. 44.
44.
Beat that. Beat
I have a-
that, Greg.
I have a plus 30 to my roll.
Plus 30. Right. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there's absolutely no way I can beat that. Now, as for a 19, you said, Kaylin?
Yeah.
That it might be possible for me to beat. Okay, I rolled 20 on one. I'm sorry, 5 on one. I would need a natural 20. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Okay, so no. You two both remain hidden. But you will have to remain out in like the main corridor area, if that is where you want to remain hidden. Like basically, you can't come out into the den area unless it's clear of any enemies. The WhereRat that's been speaking with Redrix yells to his compatriot and tells him to stay there and continue to guard the entrance. Now, Mithrandir, you're with these other ones, and you hear the screeching of the alarm suddenly end.
Oh, finally.
Yes, that is much better, I think. Now,
See, you need an off button.
how many more of you are there?
Well, there's me, and there's probably the one who tripped the alarm. Maybe you should go
we
find
see
them.
him. One of them says,
Well, then you already know how many there are.
are there more of you?
Of us surface dwellers, there's plenty more of us. We're all on the surface. I'm sure you've seen it once or twice.
Do a deception check.
There are more people on the surface. It's a 9.
Speaking to one of his compatriots, there must be more of them down here. Go take a couple dire rats with you and go on patrol of the sewers and guard the entrance. Now, you, stranger, why are you here?
Can I, real quick, cast message and let Findick know that he might have company coming?
Sure, yeah, do it. And you
Okay.
can do it.
Can I respond to message or?
The cantrip message.
Yeah, can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear a whisper, and you can reply that only you and I hear.
Okay, I say I already got it covered.
Easy enough. Okay, what was the question that the WhereRats asked?
Why you're here?
Oh, we're here to talk to Giedrick Basilbum, or whatever his name is.
Our general's name is Grizgigs.
Him.
Gus.
Yeah.
What, pray tell, do would you think we would give you that honor and privilege?
The lady with the yellow eyes sent us here. We're here to do you a favor. It's in your best interest.
Okay,
Otherwise, the surface dwellers come down here and kill you all.
Are you trying to be intimidating, or are you trying to be negotiating and persuading?
They're both the same, so I guess we'll go with persuasion.
Okay.
Don't fail me now. That's a 5.
It's like golf, right? Lower the number, the better.
Yeah. I should just stick to throwing magic.
So at that, one of them comes towards you, still with the crossbow in hand. Says, "Perhaps I should just kill you now, you and your friend."
You can try.
So on the other side, let's see, Kaylin, what are you doing while hiding? Now you can't see. You might be able to see, Miss Randier way down the way, maybe about 40 feet away from you, trying to communicate with a WhereRat. It may seem a little unsuccessful as the one comes towards him threateningly, still trained on him with that crossbow. Meanwhile, it seems like Redrix has had some success, at least, with the WhereRat in his immediate vicinity. How do you want to? What do you want to do?
Well, my dark vision range is 90 feet, so I probably can still see the whole cluster around Mithrandir. I'm just going to be keeping an eye on all of that, just preparing to attack if things go south.
Gotcha. And Findeck, what do you want to do?
Can I hear the conversation Mithrandir's been having?
Yeah, you can probably, if by paying close attention, I'm sure that you can.
All right, I'm gonna start kind of slowly making my way through, like looking around. Like, Miss Randier, is that you down here? I got lost. I'll make my way up. Miss Randier?
Go ahead and do a deception roll or performance, one of the two.
Which one's gonna be better? I have the deception. It's a 19.
I'm just gonna do a combined roll. Okay, yeah, God, I'm rolling really, really bad. Okay, I got 5.
You can keep doing that. That's great.
Now, Redrix, I haven't talked to you in a while, so let's see what's going on over there now. This WhereRat has been slightly accommodating to you, still wary of you, and has asked you to follow him.
When he starts going, I'm going to kind of look behind me, look around, and go, kind of realize that I can't see. I'm assuming she rolled so high that with my poor vision, too, she hidden from me. And kind of think to myself, like, oh, shit, I'm all alone all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But I'm going to kind of continue with him and follow him. But,
now when you get to about right there behind him, and you notice that the dire rat is kind of behind you, you begin to approach the conversation that I was having with Mithrandir, where the dire rat is kind of stepping up towards Mithrandir in a more threatening manner. The WhereRat that you've been following turns to you and says, "Is this one of yours?"
I'm gonna kind of squint and peer into the darkness. I guess it's light over in that section.
So
isn't it?
yeah, there's a lot more light here. So you could make out Mithrandir. You would recognize him.
Ah, there's my friend. I was speaking about. He's with me.
You hear another voice. Oh, there's another one here. Look, a little one.
Oh yes, that's the half dozen I was talking about.
My name is Dozen.
So again, this one, the elf, has been less than respectful. He says he was sent here by Yellow Eyes. And the other one says, yes, I understand. Yes, I spoke with this one, the human. And the human has said that Eris has sent them down here to parley with our general and try to convince him to not build an army and attack the surface. And they begin cackling a little bit. How do you proceed?
I'm gonna ask them to lower their weapons. Say, you know how magic users are. You know, he doesn't mean to be rude, but you know we're all here for the same reason. We all come in peace, and there's no reason for weapons.
They're very unconvinced. You will need to roll for that kind of persuasion. And this folk have been accosted by surface dwellers their whole lives. Even the one who's with you and leading you through has got his weapon out and drawn. He's ready. He does not trust humans and surface dwellers.
I rolled a 22 for persuasion.
Okay. That's not gonna be enough. No amount of it would be a very, very high roll. This folk have been, like I said, they've been hounded by surface dwellers, and they have become fervored in their belief in this general of theirs. But they are willing to take you, knowing that it's probably not going to you're not going to be able to convince them otherwise. So I'm going to kind of lead the party through just by clicking. But Findak and Kaylin, there's no way for me to like have you all stay back. So once I get the party moved through, you two can just go back to.
No, I walked into the group with everybody.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
So Galen, just you can go back to the spot where you're at once I lead the party through. Okay, so you go through this part here, through the den, and then through this corridor through to another area where it looks like a kennel's set up with maybe half a dozen dire wolves. Everybody except Kaylin can make a perception check while in this room.
I got a 4.
Nice.
I got an 8.
Nice.
19.
Oh, good. At least somebody.
Findak, you notice something scurrying through one of the corners. Something that catches your eye. You don't quite see all of it, but it looked like maybe several dozen rats trailing around in a corner. You're continuing to be led through to this chamber. Now, Kaylin, you can kind of move yourself back over to the other position that you were in.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Nothing bad ever happens when you split the party, right?
Never.
We got this. We'll talk some sense in this guy.
Okay. So now we'll call the main group. I'll plop you right here sorry, Caitlin, you go back over there. Go on.
Get out of here.
Go hide in your corner.
Probably safer for you over there anyway. For now. Right. You were led
Start sniping
in
people
by
out.
the WhereRat. And I'll go ahead and increase the fog of war diameter a bit. So you should be able to see this whole room now. The WhereRat that had guided you in. There are several crates, mismatched boxes, and poorly kept weapons stacked and scattered about this dingy stone chamber. Pinned to one side of the stack is a crudely sketched map of Corvosa, a large rat's nest strewn with moldy pillows fills an elevated hollow in the southern wall. As you quickly get a chance to look around, and the WhereRats that was guiding you in announces you to his general. My general, these surface dwellers wish to parley with you. They were sent by Eris Yellow Eyes, the den mother to my cousin. He looks up, the General Grisgig, looking up from his almost throne-like chair. I see that. Yes, and he sniffs the air. Yes, I can smell Yellow Eyes on them. You may leave. He bows low and escorts himself out of the chamber.
See you later, Frank.
Kill it, alligator.
Meanwhile, back in the main hallway, a patrol moves down the corridor. Kaylin, now you'd be able to see them before, you'd be able to see them if they round that corner there. Let's see if you're able to anticipate them coming, maybe with a perception check. Or even a nature check if you want. Whichever one you're better at.
I got a 21 on perception.
Okay. From down the sewer corridor, you hear the rusty metal hinge from the gate that had been built to corral the Utico. You know that something must surely be coming. You hear a pair of footsteps buzzing down the way. How do you want to prepare for their inevitable arrival?
Is this hallway completely dark, or is there any bit of light?
It's mostly pretty dark. They're gonna be. You don't see them carrying any torches. They might be relying solely on some other sense. Probably either their hearing or their sense of smell. The only light that's coming forth is from the den, and it's dim light.
Okay, because any creature that relies on dark vision can't see me.
Okay. Because of your ability,
Gloomstalker.
Gloomstalker. Gotcha. But can they smell you?
Yes.
I mean,
If
we haven't
they're
dozed in a while.
actively like trying to smell,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
But if
Okay.
they're not like actively,
Sure.
Shoot him in the face.
But be silent about it. So now you can see in the dark, then, right? You can see in
yeah.
the blackness of the sewer just fine. It's just going to be a matter of maybe hiding your scent if need be. So, sure. However you want to play that. As two WhereRats round the corner, you can see them sniffing the air. Now, there's a lot of smells here in the sewer. So I'm going to give myself disadvantage on the roll. Okay, so I got a natural 1 on one of those. So we'll just say that the combined sense smells there, they can't see you. Back to the main group.
Okay.
Their general Grizgigs sits on his makeshift throne. Eris sent you down here for no reason other than to die. You will not be able to convince me to not go to war with the surface. He grins a big, toothy, yellow smile.
Do they call you Yellow Teeth?
He smiles. Again, you would think that, surface dweller. I'm sure you think I'm quite hideous. But to me and my people, I am beautiful. And
I think
you
you're beautiful.
are the monsters.
So there's no talking you off the cliff?
No, there is nothing you can offer me that would make me give up my quest. No, not when I have the blessing of the greater gods of the Rat King and Rat Folk.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the cause of the war on the surface?
Oh, please. Don't pretend that you don't know how badly the surface treats us.
I'm treated like half a man every day. I get it.
But you are still a man.
No,
Still a halfling, still accepted amongst the other surface dwellers.
barely
They
accepted.
might snicker and pick on you.
Accepted.
Only half the time. Where do you think we get the name halflings? We're only accepted half the time. I get it, man. I get it.
He stands from his throne.
See, even you're taller than I am.
He looks at the three of you up and down very closely. Now, I'm fairly certain that you all did not have any equipped silver weapons. I think you might have some silver sheen somewhere in a bag somewhere.
Sure do.
Don't I have?
But I didn't hear anybody say, like, I'm going to apply some silver sheen.
No, don't I have mithril daggers?
Mithril daggers, yes, but it's not silver. It doesn't
I
have
thought
silver.
doesn't that count as a silver attribute?
So, mithril? I don't think so. But I'm going to check. I'll
Not
check.
silvered, but I think mithril counts as magic.
Okay, but it's not magic weapons that they're not immune to. They're immune to weapons that don't have a silver quality to them.
What about just straight magic?
Straight magic, they're totally vulnerable to magic. They're not immune to magic.
Oh, we're set then.
No, they're not. They don't know. He doesn't know, and they don't know that you're a magic caster per se. So he's looking you up and down. He smells the air. Do you know something, surface dweller? I don't smell silver on you. He gives out a loud whistle that echoes down the corridor.
Well, we didn't come here to bribe you.
What did you come here for? To die?
To talk. To reason.
Okay, so
To
how do you plan on reasoning with him?
Far more eloquently than I can.
Okay, sure. No, I get it. No. I totally understand. It's hard. It's hard for me too. Okay. He is a zealot. You have to understand, a zealot. He is on a quest that he has sworn his life to. Now, the others may not be as, zealotous as him, but you asked to speak with him.
It does say for the Pathfinder mithril. Mithril weapons count as silver for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction.
Nice. Very good. Thank you, Findak, for checking that. Thank you. Okay, well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. Okay, so you have your mithril dagger. So
while he's chatting, could I use my mage hand to pull the vials of silver sheen out of the bag of holding I assume we have, and pass them over to Redrix?
Yes, but you'll have to do a stealth check.
Okay.
And Findak, what do you want to do? And don't worry, Kaylin, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm about to get to you.
I rolled a 20 plus 4.
Okay, yeah, you're probably good. Let me make sure what my... Okay.
Can't believe I wasted my crit on this. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, even if I were to roll a nat 20, I would still be under that. So we'll just say passed.
All right. I'm not really going to do much besides just say, have you ever heard of the King of Spiders?
Have you ever heard of the King of Rats?
Sounds like we're a match made in heaven, buddy.
Oh, that's cute.
Did you guys play that?
And Redrix, you're still trying to parlay yourself, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay. So you're each gonna have to do maybe like a combined roll. I'll give you bonuses based on like maybe how sweet you offer it. Think about it. In the meantime, Kaylin, I've left you alone in this dark corridor. You see the rats round the corner of the sewer, and you can see them sniffing. In vain, they don't notice you.
I'm going to pull a short length of rope out of my pack or off my side, and I'm going to cast Rope Trick.
Okay. You do that? What does Rope Trick do? Because I have no idea what that is.
So the rope goes into the air, and a extra dimensional space becomes accessible with an invisible entrance at the top, and I climb up that pull the rope in, and nothing can see me. I'm invisible, but I can see out for an hour.
Wow.
So
Where
I
did you
can
get
keep
this?
watch of what's going on.
In what
That's extra
crackerjack box of spells did you find this one? What book is this in?
What book is that in, actually?
What
Pretty
book
sure
is this in?
Xanathar's.
Yeah,
Oh,
those, yeah.
no, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah. No, totally. Okay, you do that.
I'm kind of curious.
You just happens. This is a cantrip? Don't tell me it's a cantrip.
It's a spell,
Oh, it's
but
a
there's
spell.
no rolls to stop it or anything.
Okay, sure.
Just a little pocket dimension.
All
Jesus.
right. Okay. Are you just effectively hanging out up there?
Pretty much, yeah. It's a little dimension that they can't see me, but I can see them.
That's
Oh.
basic rules. Page 272.
Okay. No, I believe it.
Yeah.
I was just
basically.
messing around. That's cool.
So that's Player's Handbook.
I'm not gonna
Nice.
look it up. Hey, that's
cool.
fine. I'll trust you. Totally. Okay. That's
Little pocket
that's totally
dimension.
acceptable.
Goodness.
Okay.
Rangers.
That's fine. Totally. Okay. Now, there must be some kind of verbal or somatic component to this, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do another stealth check for me. As perhaps you try to whisper in between or during the droplets or rivulets.
I got a 29.
Okay, yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. And she's gone. And she's gone. Shut up, folks.
Who's gone?
Now,
She was never there.
She was never there. As though she was never there. The wind
Got a
during
29.
a windstorm.
God.
So as you peer down
Making Findick feel
through
bad.
this pocket dimension, you can see that the rats proceed towards the direction you were in. They look around, they sniff, they continue forward. They look around, they sniff, they round the corner. And back into their den. Anything you'd like to do, Caitlin, or are you sticking around in your thing?
I'll stick in my thing for a bit.
Sticking in your pocket dimension as you like. Now tell me, can you pop out of that pocket dimension in any place, or just like from that point?
It's from that point.
From that point, okay. That's good to know. All right. So
Yeah.
while the rest of your party dies, you'll be safe.
A little portable treehouse.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Yep.
have you all kind of decided to like work together to try to convince him? And I know that you weren't talking in between that time, but you know, your players, like your characters, surely would have been like, "What can we offer him? What is it that we can do to like appease him somehow, or at least put this off?" Now, Yellow Eyes only sent you down there to try to convince the others. She had no desire to save this one, but what can you try to do? What can you
We
do?
kill him. Will I disband everybody?
Or he'd be a martyr because we're surface dwellers.
Yeah, we don't need to make a martyr.
It might quell this general, this Grizgig. I mean, he's a figure. He's a head figure, capable. But sure, yeah, you leave a vacuum for somebody else. But
Render, you can become the king of rats. I can be the king of spiders.
Rule the underworld together.
Yeah, I mean more so you, because you'd be underworld, but
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's okay. I'm not that big a fan of rats.
what you can do is, if you're still trying to, if you're gonna try to kill him and sneaky type, you can do a deception, and I'll give you all a bonus round. Or if you want to try to parlay with him, whoever has the highest charisma would be the one to do the best talking. Best talky talk, the headman or face man. So I decided
it's going to be Redrix.
Redrix or Findak have high charismas. Yeah. But you can all roll a persuasion check, and for those who are helping, and if you roll 10 or better, I'll give Findak a +2 to the roll for each 10, above 10.
Okay, I'll give him I got a 12. Goodness.
Okay, so you get a +2, and then Redrix, what's your charisma?
16.
Okay, Findak, what's your charisma?
17.
Okay, so it's still in the same bracket of bonuses. So
yeah,
But I'm also proficient in persuasion.
Okay, so Findak would probably be the face man for this.
I'm proficient in persuasion too.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's your plus? Yeah, plus
Intimidation.
+6. Yeah, I only got +3 in intimidation.
Okay, so did you want to intimidate or did you want to persuade?
Persuade.
Okay, so who is going to do the talking? Not literal talking, just like figurative. My player character is talking.
Me.
You.
Okay, Findak. I've been talking most of the time.
You roll an aid check. So roll persuasion. Hopefully you get higher than a 10.
I got 19.
Okay, so Redrix, you get to add a +4 to your roll.
Ooh, that makes it 22 then.
Okay.
Damn.
So, what is it that you're kind of wanting to offer him?
Basically, trying to plead to him, we can come to a better agreement with the surface world. We can help him out. He has all these other lives that follow him. Does he really want to see them all die? I mean, they're pretty greatly outnumbered. But, Findak he owns a house, and a place. Maybe you can go work for him. We can work them up, work their way into the surface world. Make a better life for them. Without bloodshed.
Okay.
Right, Findak?
Okay.
They can stay at your place?
Yeah, I'd gladly give you a tour of my area and what I do, and maybe we can work out a trade deal between the surface and you guys.
He smiles and sits down. I do like this idea. I don't trust you, and I never will. I'll never trust any surface folk. And don't get me wrong, I do want to war with the surface, but I don't want to rule it. No, my seat of power will forever be in the underworld. No, you're right, though. There are too many of you. Far too many. More than us. Although, perhaps we can turn you to WhereRats. One by one. Then eventually you would all be one of us.
That's a hard pass.
No, hold on. Let me hear this out. What benefits do you get from this?
Oh, well, you get a discount at the WhereRats Emporium store.
Ooh.
It's tax-free.
Like some of that.
There is a free gym. There's a free gym. All those who work in the surface pay taxes. We pay taxes too. And he looks at you, Findak. Oh, maybe you seem interested. If one of you were one of us, then yes, maybe that could be our contract in blood, one might say. What say you, halfling? With a big toothy smile.
Okay, what comes with this gift of becoming a were-rat?
So, in their mind, there's no negative. Because they're proud of who they are. They can see in the dark. They have heightened senses. They also carry diseases. They are immune to weapon damage that is not done by silvered weapons. On the negative side, your physical appearance will change
Do I get taller?
when you're human form. So, like, you can be a human or you could be a hybrid like them. When you're in your hybrid form, you're going to lose charisma when dealing with charisma, doing charisma checks in the surface, basically, right? Because you are alienated. You are an ostracized race. So there is that. So, yeah.
I'm going to tell him it's very tempting, but I'm going to pass for now. But I would like to work with him on making at least Corvosa more accepting of their kind.
Okay. So I'd like you all to do another. You can do another aid. So you, Findak and Mithrander, do another aid, and Redrix, then you do another persuasion roll. Go ahead and do that, and just hang on to that score for a minute. Kaylin, you've been there for a minute, and figurative minute, and you know there's been no more patrols. So what is it that you are doing?
I'm still hanging out, just keeping an eye
Still
into
hanging
that
out.
first area, watching what they do.
Gotcha.
She's
Okay.
taking a nap.
Okay. Now, I guess you're hanging vertically from like the ceiling in your pocket dimension. That's what I'm imagining, but
I guess I think I envision it as a rope goes up into like a box that just floats in a different dimension, and she just sits in the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in an extra dimensional space.
Okay. But can you see like all around you, or like is it? It's a
Yeah.
two-dimension. It's a two-dimensional circle, right? It's not a sphere. It's like a circle.
No, like she goes up in a rope into a glass box.
Oh, into a glass box. Okay. From
Basically,
beneath
it's just an extra dimensional glass box.
Now, when you had been speaking with Eris Yellow Eyes, come on, load up this thing. Come on, guys. Ugh, the 2D creatures are not loading. Great. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Kaylin, while you're waiting and watching, you hear the sounds of hundreds of pitter-pattering paws against the water, against the stone, against the concrete. It's filling the entire sewer passage. You peer out, and in the darkness, you see a dazzling array, twinkling lights. But as the sound gets louder, I gotta move that. As the sound gets louder, you notice those twinkling lights are actually eyes. As this massive humanoid-shaped mass of rats wearing a tiny yellow crown passes underneath you. It looks around, sniffing in the darkness, and continues down the hall. Okay, so you three had rolled. So what did you guys get?
14.
So you get a +2. And
I got a 1.
Okay, so Redrix, you get to add a +2 to your roll.
15 then.
Okay. I tell you what, sir, brothers. I will give the city 1 more month before I attack. And I'll let you live. Feel free to go up to the surface and warn them. The parlay has bought you some time.
Are we free to come back and visit?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, you are.
Do you have a code word so we can just yell it as we come down here?
No. We won't forget you.
I'm pretty unforgettable.
And with that, he will walk you all, escorting you all back towards the entrance where you came in from. Unless there's something that you wanted to do on the way.
We're coming back. Okay, say we're going through B6 to B5. Okay. Was there any way I could get a quick glance at his map?
Oh, sure, yeah, the map, that crude map of Corvosa.
Yeah, and see if I can pick up any like plans of what he's going to be doing.
Yeah. Do a perception check.
That's only a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
You see scribbling on the map, but what's your passive perception?
Let's see.
Probably like a 12?
14.
14? Okay. So your passive perception's a little bit better. So a quick glance at it, you see that he's made several marks on the map, but it's not written in a language that you might understand, unless you understand Undercommon. It might just look like scribblings to you. But you can see that he's denoted areas along the old Corvosan docking area, so like basically the shingles. So they're pretty much the weakest point of Corvosa. It's not any surprise to you, knowing that that's where the majority of the poor live, and how that would be the least guarded. So Kaylin, you're still in your pocket dimension. So as he leads you out, I would like Findeck to roll an observation check. Or, I'm sorry, perception check.
Uh, 15.
Okay. As he's leading you, Findeck, he leans in close to you, and you don't necessarily catch it. Certainly not in time. As he bites into you.
Give me breakfast first. Jeez.
You immediately pull away. I mean, he was so close to you, you didn't even need to move too much. He had, like, as he walked through, there has been an entourage. Rats, WhereRats, dire rats, all following, watching, eyes glinting in the shadows, whispering about some promises that, they overheard. Oh, they're going to help us. Oh, they're going to help us. They're helping us. No, we're still going to attack. No, I heard the general. No, but they're going to help us. So some of them are convinced that you are going to help. And then suddenly, this stabbing pain in the shoulder, or like the neck area, like right here where the shoulder meets the neck. Findeck, roll I'm going to need 2 separate Constitution saving throws from you. Go ahead with the first one.
19.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
19.
A 19 from the first one. You do not contract filth fever. Do another Constitution saving throw.
Be 17.
He believes that you have contracted lycanthropy. He pulls away as you, assuredly draw yourself back, grinning, blood dripping from his maw. I'll see you soon, kinsman. You and I are brothers now. And soon you will see the world as it truly is and be at my side. So with that, they'll allow you to pass. It's up to you if you want to, how you want to take that.
Say rude.
Quick. To the temple. The one with the vaults. Let's go.
All right, I
Hey,
can't hear
your
you.
mic's cut down.
Sorry. Quick to the temple. The one with the vaults.
Okay. So with that, you leave into the sewer main body of the sewer, back towards the direction where you had left Eris Yellow Eyes. There we go. That's better.
I start panicking, thinking that I contracted it.
Now, did you want to contract it?
No, but I'm not gonna know that I didn't, right?
I mean, yeah, I would think, like, maybe, like, thematically, you don't know.
Yeah.
Mechanically, you did not.
Okay. So as we're walking, I'm gonna start sniffing. Like, I can smell better. I think I'm starting to see in the dark a little bit better too. What's that smell? Oh, it smells awful down here. What's that?
How many fingers am I holding up?
I can't see in the dark yet.
Yeah, you didn't get it. Quit freaking out.
I occasionally you see some light up ahead.
Yeah, I can start seeing. I'm starting to see better. See, I told you I have it, Miss Randier.
And you two have. So, Kaylin, I guess at some point you pop out of your pocket dimension and join the rest of the party.
Yeah, after they passed out.
Don't worry, I smelled her coming up.
And went down the sewers a little bit, and I made sure none of the WhereRats were following. I popped out and caught up with them.
Gotcha. Let's see.
As she comes up, I get startled, but I smelled you. I can smell you coming.
I can smell you. Let's see. All right. So as for the damage that he did, because I completely forgot about that. He would have done 7 points of damage.
38 points of damage.
38 points of damage.
I'm unconscious, though.
Roll new character.
The
He's a WhereRat.
as you can see in the dark, I'd like you to roll perception checks.
Who can see or can't see?
Can see. Those who cannot see, are you using like some kind of torch or like a magical lighting source?
Using my nose.
Nose.
I'm gonna cast light on the end of his nose. I got a 24 perception.
24.
I got an 18.
And an 18. Nathaniel, you see sparkling lights, tiny twinkling lights, far down ahead. Kaylin, you see the same. Nathaniel, you hear hundreds of tiny little paws against the pavement and water. Maybe you kind of halt the group at that point. I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll stop and let everybody know there's probably a horde of rats up ahead.
I say, my kind of people, and walk forward.
If anybody wants to stealth, you go roll a stealth check.
The hard way. I don't stealth well. I'm gonna chase after Findick, trying to keep him from getting himself killed.
Gotcha.
They're not gonna kill me, man. I'm their kin.
I got a 24.
Okay, so you're good, Kayla. Redrix, what do you do?
I'm gonna be startled by the sudden appearance of Kaylin.
Okay.
In the dark.
There she goes again.
And then the recent disappearance of her as well.
I'm gonna ask her if she saw where the other two went because they disappeared and I can't see anything.
I'll say last I saw, they were going towards this massive thing ahead of us.
Well, that definitely doesn't sound good. So, lead the way.
So as Findak and Mithrandir and Findak, you're chasing after Findak. Findak is in euphoria. Maybe he's just still in shock of thinking that he is now going to be a WhereRat. You hear, I don't know how to describe this voice, but it's like a resonating voice, like many voices talking as one. They let you go. And it's almost like it echoes, reverberating. That was wise of them. It was wise of you as well. Somehow you managed to convince their general to let you go. But now Now you are ours.
I'm already one of you.
As this humanoid mass of rats walks towards you. Mithrandir, you see their eyes light up like stars. But Findak, you can see the reflection as red little eyes. Mithrandir, you see that they're wearing some kind of crude cloak. And Findak, you can just barely make out the shadows as they walk beneath some light that is managed to cascade through the sewer entrance as it approaches you. We're gonna roll for initiative now. So Redrix and Kaylin, you're coming up far behind in the group or in the marching order of things. Kaylin, you can see this thing. This is the same sort of mass creatures, rats, that you had seen scurry down beneath you as you were in your pocket dimension. I would like, you can do a nature check. Actually, no, not a nature check. Actually, a nature or an arcana check. Those are the two I'd take that are good. Applicable.
Well, I got a 1.
You
That's
got a
5.
1.
That's a 6.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody?
You want nature or arcana?
Nature or arcana.
All right. Got a 21 arcana.
This is a rat king. A monstrosity created by necromantic magics. You had a 21?
I did.
This thing gives off a ill omen aura. So it gives off this aura of like bad luck. It is incredibly bad luck. All throughout our history, like out of game history, we've had like there's folklore about rat kings, about being ill omens, and this thing is a walking embodiment of it. So, Findak and Mithrandir, as this thing has moved closer and closer towards you, I'll need a charisma saving throw from each of you.
Shit.
As we roll for initiative as well.
17.
18.
Oh, man. You guys are no fun.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do initiative.
I got a 24.
A 24 for initiative. Of course you did. Of course. Your dice are loaded, Kaylin. You might say they're not, but I think they are. What did you get? A 20 what?
24.
24. Okay. Next.
What's your initiative bonus? You get like a plus 20
Plus
something.
8.
Plus 8. Okay.
Plus 8?
Noxious.
Oh my god. Gross.
Yeah.
That's gross. I don't like that.
You haven't even picked up alert yet, have you?
No.
I'll just never get tagged. I'll never get tagged first. My guys are always gonna die. All right, that's fine. Let's see. One second. Okay, let me just get this. Okay. All right, who's next?
Got 14.
14 for Findag.
I got a 13.
With Randy, you're 13.
I got a 25.
And a 25. All right.
I only have a plus 6, though.
Jeez. I only have a plus 6. That's
Still pretty good.
I only have a plus 6, guys. Nothing to write home about. I got a 2. Plus my bonus, like a 5. So I'm going at the bottom.
Perfect.
All right. Right. Okay. So Redrix, you get to go first. Oh, also Mithrandir, you also passed your charisma saving throw.
Okay. Passing that, would I be able to yell to the other 3 to keep their distance?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that.
You do that. All right.
I'm going to keep my distance.
Redrix, it's your turn.
So I'm going to stay back and I'm going to cast Bless on the 3 people around me since I could pick up 3. So I'm going to say bless you.
It's your
Guys on tight.
So you guys all get to roll a die 4 and add it to your attack rolls and saving throws.
Sweet.
And then
Very
I'm going
good.
to ask what's up with Mr. Funny Shoes, because this whole situation reminds me of Mimic.
funny shoes. Funny shoes. Is this when you take out you're gonna start playing spoons then?
Yep. I start playing
Okay.
that'll end my turn.
All right. Kaylin, it's your turn.
So as a bonus action, I'll cast Zephyr Strike on myself.
Okay.
So I get advantage on one of my weapon attacks, and if it hits, it'll deal extra damage. And I'm gonna fire 2 arrows at the Rat King.
Do it.
So the first one is a 19.
That's a hit. Yeah. Is that it's piercing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and go ahead and roll.
So that's a 4 plus 2 plus 5. So that first one will have the extra damage from Zephyr Strike.
11.
Yeah.
So what was the total again?
11.
11. Okay. There's 2. It was. What was it? 6 plus 4 plus 5. 2 plus 4 plus 5.
4 and a 2 were what I rolled for the damage, and then a plus 5.
Okay. So 6 of that damage goes through as you see that it doesn't seem to be as effective as you think or you thought it would be.
Okay. I'm still going to shoot at it with my bow with my second attack.
Sure.
And I'll do advantage on that one. For a 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that second attack gets extra damage too from Bloomstalker, so that's a 9 plus 5 for 14.
Okay. So again, only the 9 will go through. All right. So looks like Indak is next.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
All right.
That is 5 damage.
Okay.
And then do I see any spot, like a silhouette of any kind of thing in the way that I could hide behind?
Yeah, sure. There's lots of debris laying around the edges of.
Okay. I'm gonna come over behind this barrel.
Sure.
Okay. And then I'll roll stealth. 28.
Jeez. All right. Yeah, you're hidden.
Okay.
A shadow
he
in
go?
the dark.
Where did he go?
Okay. Next is Mithrandir, your turn.
I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. Okay.
Hope you like fire.
I love fire.
Does a 10 hit him?
A 10 does not hit him.
Or no, sorry, not a 10. I have a bonus dummy. An 18. Wow.
Golly.
I have a plus 8.
A plus 8? Oh my god. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Okay.
That'll do.
I'm just gonna roll all three. So it's 3 different rays. I'm targeting the same person. I'm gonna roll all 3 at once, if that's okay.
That's totally cool with me.
Okay. Another 18.
18 damage?
No, 18 to hit. And then a really, really high number.
A really, really high number.
Well, whatever. So 29 to hit.
Yeah, that's the hit.
3 hits. I need more d6s.
You need more d6s.
I need more. Here, let's just do this.
How many do you need?
6. It's 22 fire damage.
22 fire damage. Gotcha.
I got it.
Yeah, you're also sitting next to someone with a bunch of dice.
Yeah.
Whew. Wow. All right. Well, it's my turn. Finally. Whew. I actually made it through. All right. It moves forward.
Natural one.
With an astonishing amount of speed. So, Findak, it sounded like you kind of moved into a position where you're just kind of be planted. The others didn't really mention moving around too much, so I'm imagining that they're kind of in the same positions. So, Findak and Mithrandir, do another charisma saving throw.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Do we have to add bless to this as well, Redrix?
Yeah, if it's a saving throw.
Okay.
Wait, does that bless, like, is that continuous for a certain amount of time, or is it just for your next roll?
Yeah, for up to a minute.
Oh, jeez.
It's up to a minute.
Dang, okay.
As long as I have concentration on it.
Gotcha.
15.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't really matter, but I get advantage on saving throws versus fear, being frightened.
Okay. Now, this is not a frightened thing.
Well, that's fine, because I rolled a 24, so plus D4.
You're fine. All right, I'm gonna
25.
so you can see. Yes. Fine. You pass. The Rat King begins chittering and waving its human-like hands in an arcane gesture. And suddenly, from in it, around it, and from behind you, three large rat swarms appear. We'll go ahead and do initiative rolls for them. Okay, so we got a 13, and a 2, and a 1. So they're all going to be at the bottom. So we'll just do the mob that's over next to Findak will be number 1. Number 2 will be the one down towards the bottom near Redrix, and number 3 will be over near Mithrandir and Kalen. Okay. And I think that will end its turn. So then it's going to go down to the rat swarms. So Actually, one of the rat swarms should go before him, so we'll pass that one. The other rat swarm will be, so 2 rat swarms will go now, and then the third doesn't get to. All right. So number 2, the one near Redrix will move towards Redrix and attempt to bite. Actually, just like moving, attempting to swarm over you. Let's see. I get a +2 to this. That's a miss. And the third one will move over towards Mithrandir and Keelan. Oops, I'll just do one. At 12, I'm sure doesn't hit either of you, so. Nope, okay. Oh, top of the round. It's gonna be Redrix.
I am going to just try to attack it with my sword. That's a 20, not natural. And I am going to also use one of my divine smites.
There's the paladin.
So I'm going to use Searing Smite as well.
Okay.
So when I hit him with a melee weapon attack, the weapon flares with white hot intensity, and the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to the target, causing the target to ignite in flames. At the start of each turn, until the spell's end, the target must make a Constitution saving throw or take an additional 1d6 fire damage for being on fire.
Can the fire be put out?
Yes.
Okay. During its turn, right?
Yes. The fire ends if it's doused.
So go ahead and do the damage roll for your sword swipe first, and then we'll go ahead and do the damage for the fire.
So that's 11 for the sword.
Okay, let's subtract 5 from that. So that's going to be, because it's a swarm of creatures, so you're slicing through and you're only doing partial damage to it. Yeah. So that was 11. So 6 go through. All right. And then the fire damage?
1 fire damage.
1 fire damage. Yep, that's good.
Definitely worth it. Then I'm going to use my second attack, just as a standard attack. That's another not-natural 20.
All right, that's a hit.
And that's 7 slashing damage.
Okay. But no fire on that one?
No, not on that one. I just did a standard attack for that one. Nope.
Okay. Oh, right here.
Then I don't think I want to do that quite yet. So yeah, that'll end my turn.
All right. Looks like Kaylin, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to Eldritch Blast the rat swarm in front of me, and then the second beam I'll direct at the Rat King.
Okay.
So 25 to hit for one of them.
Yeah. Are you hitting? Which one are you hitting? The rat swarm first or the Rat King?
I'll hit the Rat King first.
Okay. Yep, it's definitely a hit.
And then the second hit is a 14 to hit for the rat swarm.
That'll hit. Both of them hit. Is this a single target attack?
So I can do 2 beams at 5th level.
But do the beams target single creatures? Because each beam hit, because all these creatures are made of swarms. So,
it's Eldritch Blast cantrip. You can direct the beams at the same target or at different ones. Make a separate attack roll for each beam.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah, all right. Go ahead and do the damage.
A 9 for the first one.
Okay.
And an 11 for the second.
Okay. Do you want the 11 to the Rat King? Was the 9 going to the Rat King?
The 9 was going to the Rat King.
And then 11,
to the Swarm.
To the Swarm. Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good. Findak, your turn.
Okay. A couple different options. To be honest. I'm still hidden right now.
Yeah, totally. You're still hidden.
Okay. Is there like an empty box or crate or barrel in my vicinity? Kind of.
Do it. There is an empty halfling-sized barrel.
Cool. I'm gonna use my mage hand, and it's gonna pick up that barrel.
Okay. Now, I mean, there's a limit to how much weight a mage hand can lift.
Yeah. So, 10 pounds.
I'm pretty sure barrels weigh more. A wooden barrel probably weighs more than 10 pounds. But I'm sure there's like some debris nearby.
Well, that's why I was looking for a crate. But okay, scratch that. I'm just going to reach into my bag of holding and pull out the vermin repellent.
The what?
The vermin repellent?
Oh, the vermin repellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to throw it. Actually, I'm just going to pour it around me.
All right. Yeah, you do that. Okay.
Do I happen to notice any reactions? Well, I guess I can't really see the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't really. It's not their turn.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and Mithrandir still has a turn before you, so they might not react right away.
Okay.
But you surround yourself with the vermin repellent, basically.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally, you do that. Anything else?
That'll be my turn. I'll just stay hidden where I'm at.
All right. I guess that would make Mithrandir's turn.
So, is this swarm right in front of me? Is that how it's working?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's
awesome.
Moved. Yeah.
Okay, I will just cast Burning Hands then. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dex saving throw. Let me check to see what my dex mod is. My dex mod is 0.
Perfect.
That's going to be a 6.
Okay. They will take 9 fire damage.
9 fire damage. Very, very good, sir. Anything else?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it, she says.
That's what I got.
That's all he's got, he says. All right. Next is going to be the rat swarm nearest to Findak. It approaches and stops, sniffs around, and seems repelled by the substance that Findak had poured around him, and will begin to make its way over towards the other party members.
Thanks, bud.
The Rat King will move. Let's see, Finnek, you're still remaining hidden, right?
Yep.
After, go ahead and do another stealth check, and I'm gonna do a perception for the Rat King to see if he can see you. My wisdom is a +2 on this one. Okay, I got an
29.
18. Okay, so here hidden, and so he will move closer towards the body main of the party. Now moving closer, you can feel this almost oppressive sense of foreboding, and I'll need Redrick, Smithmandir, and Kalen to make a Constitution saving throws as you enter into the aura.
27.
I got a 6.
Okay. Kalen, how'd you do?
I got a 13.
13. Okay, so for Redrix and Kalen, at the start of your next turn, your attack rolls, abilities rolls, and saving throws all get a D4 subtracted. So basically negates your blessing. So
Bless is down anyways, because when I smite, that takes my concentration to smite.
Oh, okay. So everyone's
Really?
blessing went away?
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes mine a 26.
Okay, you're fine. But so everyone's blessing has gone away then.
Oof.
Is that what you're saying, Redrix?
Yep.
Oh, this is interesting.
It takes concentration to smite. Huh.
Yeah, I know. It always bothered me that it does.
That's kind of weird.
Right, awesome. Okay, so at the start of your turn is when this is going to begin taking effect. You'll subtract 1d4 from all of your rolls for attacking, ability checks, and saving throws. Now that was just as he enters into that field. So as his aura approached you, it is going to attempt to, seeing that Mithrandir and the other magic casters are the ones doing the most damage to it and its basically appendages, and will attempt to bite at Mithrandir. So I get a +6 on this, and he has multi-attack.
Of course he does.
So great, a natural 1. Is that a natural 1? Son of a. Okay. So we'll just say that like he doesn't get to do any more attacks. So we'll just end his. We'll just end his there. Let's see. Rat Swarm 1. It's going to be Rat Swarm 2's turn. Rat Swarm 2 is next to Redrix. Moves closer into Redrix and attempts to bite Redrix.
Yeah, he'll have to make a con saving throw for the fire that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's on fire. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
14.
Constitution saving throw. Okay. Let me see if I have any bonuses for con. I don't. That's an 11. That's a miss. So how much damage does it take?
4 more damage.
4 more damage.
Yeah.
It's so bad. So 4. Okay. It's going to spend the rest of its turn like thrashing about and make its way towards. So it moves away from you and towards and into the sewer water to put its fire out. So that'll be its turn. The second rat swarm closest to Kalen will actually move away, disengaging, and merges with the Rat King. The Rat King seems bolstered by this.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, I can do that too.
And will heal a certain amount. Okay. All right. That is the end of the round. So, Redrix, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to move up, I guess, to the king.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to attack him.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget
with my long sword.
Don't forget to subtract a d4.
Ooh, does that make it a natural 1?
Did you roll a 1 on the dice?
No.
Okay, then it's not a natural.
I
What
rolled
is
a
it
4.
like? Oh, okay,
And
so yeah,
minus 3 off of it.
I'm not creative enough to come up with a really great natural 1 thing. So, but it is a miss. Yeah, that's definitely a miss.
Well, then I whiff that one, and I'm gonna swing again with my second attack.
Okay. Same thing, a d4.
And that one, I'm assuming even if I minus 4 off of it's gonna hit because it's a 25.
That is a hit.
And I'm going to smite with that one. I'm going to do Thunderous Smite.
Mm-hmm.
So that is your weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you. The attack deals an extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet back and knocked prone.
Okay, so because it is a mass of creatures, it's actually immune to being knocked prone. You can still push it back though. So first, let's do the damage. So let's first do the damage for the sword swing.
That's 9 damage.
So that's just the sword, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 4 damage that goes through. And then
6 thunder damage.
6 thunder damage. And I do a strength saving throw.
Yep, strength 14.
Okay. This is going to be really tough for me. Of course, I failed. Yeah. Okay, so he gets knocked back 10 feet.
Okay.
10 feet, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. All right. Anything else, sir?
No. I'm gonna skip my bonus action again.
Okay. Then it's going to be Kaylin.
I'm going to do Eldritch Blast again with both beams going to the Rat King.
All right. Don't forget to subtract 4 from the roll.
First one is a miss.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 4 minus 4.
Oh, it's not minus 4. It's minus a d4.
I rolled a 4 on the d4.
Yes.
No.
Yes, your high rolls are working against you. Just wait till I play a
Second one, I
Call
rolled
of
a natural
Cthulhu.
20.
Okay, that's a hit. So, for nat 20s, we were doing like a double dice damage. But you take the max on the second dice. So, what's your damage for the sword? Wait, is it sword or a bow?
It's Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay, never mind. So, yeah. What is Eldritch Blast weapon? Like, what's the dice?
It's a 1d10.
1d10. Okay, so you roll the d10 and then add 10 to it.
Okay, so that's a 19 total.
Whew, that was pretty damn close to being max. Okay, so that was the first one. So now you got a second Eldritch Blast coming my way?
No, that was the second one. The first Eldritch Blast missed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Was there anything else you're doing during your turn?
No.
No? Okay. And that means it's Findak's turn. Hiding behind the barrels, like usual. Beans.
Is there enough light that I can kind of make everything out?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's enough dim light in here that you can see.
All right. I'm going to come up behind the Rat King.
Now, as you do, you enter his aura, or you strain outside of his. Like, how far away from him are you?
I'm sneaking right up behind him.
Okay, I'll need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
He's 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay, you're fine.
All right. I'm going to stab him with my mithril dagger.
Okay,
First one's an 18 to hit.
that's a hit.
That is 8 piercing damage.
I'm sorry, how much damage?
8.
Okay, so we're gonna subtract 5, so 3 damage.
And the next attack is a 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, and then that is 9 damage piercing with my hand crossbow.
With your hand crossbow? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
Yeah.
Alright, so, and that was 8 damage, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna subtract 5 again, so that's 3 damage.
11 sneak attack damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move back to my circle of vermin repellent.
Gotcha. Okay.
And attempt to hide.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
24.
Okay, yeah, you're hidden. So you disengaged, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, so it's gonna get an opportunity attack against you since you didn't disengage. As a portion of it, like an amoeba, lunges at you, tiny mouths, hundreds of tiny mouths. Get a +6 on this. Come on. 17 a hit?
Yep, that hits.
Yes. Everything's coming up, Rat King. All right.
Don't worry, we'll fix that.
So 2d6 of damage plus 3. Is that a cat?
Yeah.
All right, that's 5. That's going to be 5 damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw from him.
$22.
You're fine. All right. Next is going to be Miss Randier.
Yep. Is he right in front of me?
Yeah, he's about maybe 10 feet away from you.
Oh, perfect. So, scratch that idea. I'm just going to back up a little bit and hit him with another Scorching Ray.
Okay, you do that.
So, that's a dirty 20 to hit.
So, what you're still within range of his aura, so I'll need you to do a charisma saving throw.
Okay. That's before all the attacks?
We'll do the charisma saving throw to see if you're influenced by his ill presence.
A 21.
Okay, you're fine. So you don't have to subtract a d4.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so that was, what did I say the first one was? 18? Okay.
18.
I think so?
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, and then 19 plus 8, 27 to hit, and 24 to hit. Jeez.
Okay, so they all hit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great sound.
that was actually a pretty good sound.
16 plus 6. 22 fire damage.
Okay. So total damage was 22?
Yeah, 22 fire damage. And then, can I keep backing up? Is that an option?
Yeah, that's an option. You just move further away down the sewer corridor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep backing up. Just kind of blasting fire bolts or scorching rays as I go.
Sure.
I'll just move my full 30 feet back.
Yeah. Eventually you get to like an intersection.
Okay,
So
I'll stop there.
Yeah. You can go down and take cover behind the corner.
Sure, why not?
9 plus 4. Yeah. Jeez, really? Dang it. I don't get to have any fun. As you blast this monstrous necromantic beast into fiery ash and oblivion, the Rat King tumbles into the sewer water. The rats that make up its corpse, its composition, float lifelessly. The remaining rat swarms attempt to flee and will flee unless you attempt to stop them. As whatever force was controlling them is now gone, they flee away into whatever cracks and crevices. The whole swarm just dissipates and eventually disappears.
Pindick, grab the crown.
Well, I'm going to yell you guys to do the same.
Gotta make you king
Quick,
of the
somebody grab the
spiders.
crown.
There's a crown floating on like a rat's head somewhere in the water.
It's floating. It's not floating in the water, but it's on one of the rat's corpse's head.
Okay, I'll grab it.
You grab it, and you now have a tiny. Now it's gold in color, but what it is just an aluminum crown painted yellow.
Oh.
It's a Burger King crown.
A Burger King crown painted gold.
We still crown you king of the spiders now.
I'll put it in like a little trophy case or something.
There you go.
And
man.
I think we'll wrap it up for tonight.
That works.
That's good.
That was fun.